Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to another session here. We're seeing gold coming down right now. We're down like 0.29%. I think like a good idea here would be like a sell. So I'm gonna wait and see what we can cook up. Oh, but the daily is breaking out. We broke above resistance right over here on the daily. So actually it looks like it wants to go bullish. Like this might be just a bottom wick for the day, but you know, who knows how long that bottom wick's gonna be, because like right now we're currently bearish. So let's just actually have a look. It's not like we're trending really or anything. It's trying to trend, but we're not yet strictly trending. We're not yet strictly trending. So yeah, let's just wait, get a bit of confirmation, see what the read on price is, and then gonna take it from there. Overall, order flow is bearish though. We're seeing a lot more sellers generally in this market. And PA is looking to possibly correct this move right here. There's already somewhat of a shotgun play that's in motion right now. Over here, as price started like breaking below that support area like this and breaking below that wick to come down towards that's 47.93 area over there. So that's currently what's in play right now. That range is around 414 pips. It's pretty big. Hey, good morning, everybody. Y'all taking any trades today? It's breaking out. I see an accumulation break right here. It's breaking out here on the 1 minute. It's already getting out from the... Oh, wow. Beautiful. Man, what a beautiful push. Oh, nice. Got a little bit of volume coming in here. Oh, Lee. Melt, Goldie. Melt. How many pips is that? That was already like about almost 70 pips. Ooh. Yeah, that would have been a bomber clot. See the orders flooding in as well. That would have been a bomber clot. Orders feeding into this candle here. Nice to see, nice to see. Let's see if the sellers can keep that aggression on. Got a little bit of a buy and balance here. And remember, we're at previous day value area high right there. That's by, see, 48.31. 48.30. Previous day value area high, and we got change the text here. Yeah, let's see where that is within the range. That's 47, 4800. 4800. Let's call it 4800 psychological. Yeah, it's coming down to correct this move here. So that previous day point of control area is towards the bottom of the range, actually, by 4800. Well, 4830 now. Down like this. It's kind of trying to shake out as well, but it's already paid the first round of sellers over here on the spike to the downside. When it spiked here about like 60 or so. 65. I might see the continuation. You see, that's how the market operates sometimes. It would be nice if that candlestick just continued moving down. Correct? Like if it just continued pushing, but it doesn't always do that. I think most of the time it's going to try and like shake you out. It's going to pull back on you. It's going to try and like get you out of your positions. That's why I'm really an advocate of securing something, you know. Always going to make sure if I get in like spike like this, man, you got to get paid. Because see what happens when you start reading the market over a long period, you start to realize that there's a reason why, you know, also price going to move up like this. You know, this is also to some extent profit taking. Because there's some smart people out there who understand that they're going to make money like this. They're going to make money like this. You know, while us, we're always like still sitting here like sitting duck, hoping it's just going to keep going to go down. And yeah, I mean, you can find your consistency and edge like that as well. But I always kind of look and see like who's got the best edge, you know, like what are these guys doing whenever like price also comes up like this? It could be them profit taking. It also could just be like if a big order comes in and then the market recalibrates. Either one of those two. But I always think like, you know, risk on, risk off is the best model. Sit around in an environment that we're not wanted. You know, like they say, never put yourself in an environment that you're not wanted. Like you wouldn't hang out with people that don't want you there, correct? The market doesn't really want you there. Right? It's not here to make you rich. It's here to make you or take your money. So, you know, you gotta like pop in, say hi, and then leave. But don't sit around. I think people gonna have that different misconception about markets. But you gotta be very, very careful here. That's the number one rule that I ever learned, was be cynical about the market. But yeah, this thing is still trying to pop down, still trying to move here. Gonna wait and see. We needed to kind of break away from this zone. Would be nice because I'm seeing it's kind of whiplashing here. It's whiplash. You see like here, for example, are pretty nice. It paid out the traders, right? About like 60 pips. I'm seeing a trend here with 60 pips. Like even here as well. Here, like when it broke out, it did about like 64. You see like a small little pattern in there. So it's paying them out, but you see what happens when you stick around too long and then it like reverses on you. So right here, I think the main objective is for price to keep pushing down with that overall structure that we have. That's a break retest, continuation. That's the overall idea. Right? That if we can keep moving down bearish, we got seller aggression here pretty nice at 2.3 million. As well, volume seems to be quite decent so far. Pre-London looks like it was having some kind of volume over there. But now we are in London Open. Better to be isolated in an environment that not wanted it. Yeah, it's going to be detrimental to your progress. It's just the same way, you know, like these people who always need to have like company around them. They always need to go out. They always need to do things. It's like they're going to hang out with these people. Like on paper, maybe it seems like you're all buddies and stuff. But in reality, it's like you're only doing yourself a disservice by not fucking locking in. You know? You need to lock in and fix your own shit first. You need to be the kind of guy who, when you're gonna call your buddies up for a hangout, you're doing that based off of the fact that you put the work in, you have your routine in place, like you got like somehow your life in order, structured, that you're not stressing too much about certain things. And I think it makes a huge difference, right? Makes a huge difference. Because, you know, you put the work in. So when you're calling people to hang out, you're not doing it just based off of wasting time. It's just like, this is... the way I kind of try and look at it is the same way that I have with my trading plan. It's like, how can you push that script till the end, right? Until you can't edit the script anymore. And like that's it. Like you've tried to push it and squeeze as much of it out as possible. There's always going to be room for improvement. Like you see now we're using the order flow, but it's like, you know, trying to squeeze it as much as possible that you know yourself you've done all that you possibly could have, and there's no more room there for much development, right? And then that's how you're gonna like somehow also, I think about structuring my life. It's like out of a 24 hours, how much can you do efficiently? That the rest of the time when you do want to chill, it's like, you know, like this, I push myself to my limit, and that foundation will always be important throughout your whole life, because now you're gonna know like what it is you're capable of achieving, right? And it reduces the stress, it reduces your cortisol levels now, so you know you're gonna learn how to know where your limits are and what's your possible, how your great days are gonna look. And the whole idea is like, the whole idea behind that is being the best version of yourself, even on your worst day, that you're better than, let's say, your enemy. Correct? Because like how you gonna plan on becoming a consistent trader when your enemy from Monday to Friday, if you trade cryptocurrencies on the weekend as well, is trying to take your money? Like you can't be 100% efficient. You're gonna have to have a routine. You're gonna have to have certain rules. Because the market can seriously outpace you if you rely on luck. But we don't do that here.
We don't do that here.
Every day needs to be designed. How come you're moving these volume profile things and order flow, etc.? Seems like a different style. It's not a different style. It's just giving us some kind, you know, like X-ray vision over here to see what's going on in the price action. You see, you think it's different style because I think what novice traders like thinking here, it's like a strategy hop. But you see, we don't strategy hop. That's something we left behind in year one. Strategy hopping. This is now what we call like a confluence, right? It just gives us like a sort of like a confidence in our positions, in our analysis, in all of these things. Because, you know, sometimes what you're going to see is like for me personally, like absorption is one thing that I really look out for. Like fake moves, basically. Can you show us how you draw the previous value high of POC yellow lines? Is it manual? No, it's automatic. It's automatic over here. How can you trade liquidity gap, and where do they mostly appear? Ooh, liquidity gap. Oh, wait, liquidity gap? You mean like clean ranges? This is an area where price moved really fast, right? So you could kind of consider like a liquidity gap. Like if you put a volume profile here, you're probably gonna see some volume gaps. Maybe it's gonna look like low volume like this, and then maybe like a high volume there, and then low volume here. So this is an area of less friction. So you could call this a gap, right? And what we're looking is that this gap here is gonna get corrected. So like price can come down easy like it went up. So you're gonna find that on all time frames. It kind of depends on what you're seeing, you know, because like on this specific gap here, there's a lot of speed bumps on the LTF, the 15, the 30. So you gotta always kind of like adjust to see what looks the cleanest. So you see here on the hourly, it's the cleanest, but don't be surprised when you see these pullbacks, because the hourly takes 1 hour to close. So you might be seeing like, you know, reactions here and there, but in principle, the H1 should be able to correct this. Hope that answered your question there, buddy. I'm not sure that's what you mean. You know, the thing about trading terminology, there's always going to be like some paradoxical, like, you know, when you talk about volume gaps, and I don't know, like the same word can be somehow used differently. So you see, like, this is also a range, right? So it's like a range. This is a 337 pip range, but also this is a range when price is moving sideways like this. So I guess it's kind of depending on how you're saying it. Nice little breakout to the upside too. See right here, the small little accumulation break there. Sellers stuck in the bottom, we will see. Oh yeah, we got, you see that too? Yeah, we have like a bearish node here. It looks like it could be a potential trap, and it's right below previous day value area high. That's why I think the buyers were coming in a bit aggressive there. Liquidity grap. Now I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what a grap is. How to put the PDVAH, etc. The same chart as it. It's part of the software here. Might be looking for that continuation. Beautiful confluence that is, 48.30. Because now if we're breaking below, like we get a candlestick kind of like break below over here, you're going to have that 48.30 previous day value area high confluence. Remember how important these marks are, guys. It's the same thing we used yesterday. There, 4,800 to put stop loss below. Stop loss below the buy. Yeah, right here. See, that was from the buy yesterday. And then we used 4,800 psychological as a strong level of confluence. Boom, boom, boom. And then we broke above finally. And you see, it's like pretty important areas over there. You're gonna be surprised by how important this what we call confluences are. That's why when you see this on the left hand side, this is a confluence, right? The reason it's not a strategy. This is not a strategy. It's a confluence. I mean, you can make it into a strategy, but I think it works better like when you use all of these things like as confluence for me personally, because when you come onto the charts, all you see are candles, right? Like this is all you get, a candlesticks. At the end of the day, you're kind of trying to read price. Remember the traders back in the days, they didn't have this. The traders who were trading in the pits, they didn't have this shit. You know, they didn't even have this. They didn't even have this live chart. They were like focusing more on like the price points. So I try keeping it as organic as possible. You know, and all this is like a luxury over here. It's all like a luxury. Make everything better, you know. Yesterday I learned so much from volume profile. It's pretty amazing. For swing traders, it's really needed for me as a scalper. Wait. For swing traders, is really needed. For me as a scalper, it's just great to get the trades and the best zones. I would say again, for me personally, for swing traders, I'll go back to the organic thing. Like just focus on the news, the macros, the correlations. I think that's what those position holders are going to use. Because man, as a swing trader, you have so much risk on like this. And then you think it's a sell. And then what happens now when Trump comes in and says we're gonna do something, and then now price starts to do this? I guess it can be like a nice nice tool to use, but yeah. I know. All I know is that these holding positions, they're gonna love news. They're gonna love news. Oh, Trump interview at 6 a.m. Eastern, about 3 hours from now. Oh, let's see. Haven't checked this out. We got Trump speaking today. All right, maybe it's not. Sometimes it's not scheduled here. Oh, but okay, nice. Trump speaking. It's tentative, meaning that we don't have a set time yet, concrete time here on Forex Factory. You might see it, I guess, on the roll call. But yeah, we got Trump speaking. What else? Bailey, but nothing that's gonna affect the New York session trading, which is good. It's just a bunch of orange folders here. And then Thursday, okay, awesome. Like the rest of the week is pretty clean as well. Oh man, Trump is speaking. Middle of the week as well. Nice. Getting ready for him. Yeah, I mean, gold has been crazy of late though. Holy chat. It's completely rinsing people like these past 2 weeks. You know, it's because we're finally starting to break out of that consolidation area that we're in as well. But the way I'm seeing it also right now, it's a bit aggressive. You see, that's what I mean, chat. Like, these are things sometimes when you see me get in and out of positions, you might just not have enough market cycle experience to understand what the market is. Like, throughout a whole year, you're not going to be getting your... You know how incredibly difficult it is to always chase, for example, a low risk and high reward? Especially with the systems that most people are going to use with like these fat stop losses. And also the amount of times you see, like, the thing is, a short period of, let's say, even a week of range can undo a lot of your progress. Even if your whole year has been pretty good up till this point, till the end of the first quarter, man, just a short period of like 2 weeks of range, that wipes people out. That's why you gotta learn how to survive, most importantly, those times. Because it doesn't matter how great you're doing. Anyone can make money in a good bull market or bear market, right? It's not rocket science. It's the only problem is they're going to lose the money later. Because majority of the time, the market just needs a couple of weeks of this shit. And it's going to like put you back to square one. It's going to make you start thinking and second guessing your strategy and everything. So when I trade as if I'm always in the trench. You know, better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. I'm always in the trench. Whilst people are looking for, oh, when's the new president coming in? Trump is making things so difficult. Oh, when's this going to end? When that's going to end? You see, if you go on your Instagram, you're going to see a lot of videos like that. Because those people, they don't trade and they don't have that mental model. They're just waiting for good, easy times. But majority of life is difficult. If you look at a superhero movie, they're going to struggle for 90-80% of the movie. The last part, they get the girl, they kill the bad guy, who ends up being alive in the end anyway, so they can make another movie. But majority of the movie is struggle, right? That's what makes a superhero. So yeah, we gotta learn how to trade the trenches. Man, yesterday was really, really busy day over here for us. Took like, how many trades is this? About like 7 trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Man, very busy day over here. Very busy day. Hopefully today is going to be a little bit easier. It's setting up for another break here on the one. This little compression right here, about to break the lows, boom, and melt. Break the high, maybe move up. There's a small edge in this. That's also where the point of control, you see how beautifully that lines up? That's our point of control here by 48.35. You're going to see a leg potentially come out of this. I think the key areas where you're gonna see a reaction of some sort is gonna be above here or below here. Where we put this text, let's put it at the bottom. Yeah, we should be seeing a reaction. You're gonna see like some volume should be increasing here, especially on the sell side. It's kind of like earlier entry right about the previous day value area high. But if it follows through there, it should be able to give it like a pretty nice push like this. Provided it doesn't fake out, it should be able to start carrying through nicely through that level, 48.30. Give like an additional push. So I'm just kind of monitoring this. Let's see if we got a follow through for them. Yep, there we go. Let those orders come in, let those orders flood in. There's definitely an edge here. But you see, that's what I mean. You see that as confluence, 48.30 should give them a bit more excitement. Trying to take through that level. It spiked about like 19 pips below it. It's a pretty decent push already. They've already got to make some money on here. From the initial break, you see, about like 30 pips, 35. It's just like scalpers, you know. But that's why you don't want to stick around for too long. That's quite interesting. It doesn't want to follow throughout for them much. I think it's this level that the buyers are still kind of holding. They're trying to hold, so it's like basically the same thing that happened here. See it like push down, and then came up. At this key 48.30. But you know the overall range is here. That's the wick. That's the main wick. They're trying to break by 48.27. A lot of fake outs this week. Yes, sir. They're gonna need a bigger boat. Remember, smash that like button, chat. Support the channel. You always gonna learn something new over here. Oh, my trading view. Just one moment. Should be coming back on now. Let's go. I'm in a buy. Here we go. You take a buy here? Catching falling knives, huh? Like a quick sniper entry as it's coming down. I mean, this could be a crazy falling knife. Think of like a perspective from somebody like on a seconds chart. And then price comes down like this. Boom. But nice one, man. Oh, we got that buy area. Yeah, you see, you had loads of confluence here. Previous day value area high. You should put these on the chart as well, if you can. Yeah, your buy. Holy. Yeah, it's knife catcher. No, actually, I was wondering what happened to the knife catching. I hadn't seen it in a while. Catching a lot more knives before. Close it now. You know what's wild? Like back in these days, like I think maybe during this time or maybe earlier, I don't know. But like when a movie came out, you gotta go watch the movie in the first like 1 or 2 weeks. If you spend like let's say a month or longer, when you go to the cinema, you're gonna see like the tape is kind of gonna be like old and grainy. So you had to be like the first ones to enjoy that thing. I was watching this documentary about like how even 4K is being lied to us, because to actually have true 4K, you have to have the sometimes with the older movies as well, you have to have the actual tape and make each frame to be that genuine 4K. So like what Netflix does, it applies like a filter. So sometimes even watching at 1080p is better because you get the original colors. Like if you watch Lord of the Rings in 1080p and then go watch it on Netflix, it's like they put a filter over it. Kind of like give you illusion that's 4K. And it distorts the colors as well. Like if you watch Blade Runner, like some of the colors like super distorted, like the oranges, etc. And also it's like super compressed anyway. Fast and Furious era and Avatar, Top Maverick. Very recently, or this year till now, only Asia session is having major movements, or later NYSE. Yeah, that Asia has been like really, really good. Usually when there's like news and direction. I don't know, for me of late, I haven't been seeing too much opportunity during Asia. I'm kind of like waiting for us to properly break out of this area, because now then I'm going to know that Asia is going to look a lot more appetizing, because on the higher time frame we have clean range to correct. So most likely you're going to see this follow throughs move a bit easier through this sort of like a volume gap, I guess. Clean range. Once we start doing that, I think then we're going to be seeing those pre-Londons kick in again. And being able to actually tell when to trade like this is going to be super important in your journey. Because when you're initially finding a consistency and you're trying to break out of that break-even phase where you got to pass a challenge and actually start building your account, you have to be able to know that market condition. Like right now, this is not the most ideal market condition for those easy challenge passes or account flips. Like you got to try, but like just know it's going to be kind of like difficult. You gotta be really patient with yourself. And then there was those times like in the beginning of the year where it was literally like taking candy from a baby here, like just completely rinsing the market. January 70%, February 51%, March was insane month, 101%. April we're up here about like 29, about to crack 30, and we're only in the, what is this, 2 weeks, I guess. 2 weeks. But it's definitely been a bit more of a challenge. The good thing is whenever we get these pushes, sometimes they're like really good pushes, but the follow-throughs can be a bit of the issue. But on the positive side, that when you get a push, you know, you can get like quickly 60, 70 pips, like you see like right over here. That's the upside. The downside is just like you might not get that macro volume, kind of like a follow through, you know, the one just runs. It's, yeah, that's what most people are gonna need. like in terms of just being objective and biased about the market and accommodating everybody's type of like strategies and stop losses. That's what everybody's gonna need. They're gonna need more of that direction. Right now, we're just seeing pump and dumps, basically. Also, Trump is just being pumping, dumping. Pump and dump the S&P 500 with oil. Got out of oil, got into S&P 500. Lots of pump and dumps. Is that the mighty Oscar Pistorius, the Blade Runner? Crazy guy said he thought he was shooting an intruder. Oscar Pistorius, isn't that the South African athlete? I've heard that name before. Oh, he's the guy who shot his wife, right? That's hectic, bro. Yeah. Yeah, SA is an interesting country. People actually got guns out there. It's not like a lot of African countries don't really have guns. But like SA is just one of those that they have guns. Most African countries where you see people with guns, they're mostly like affluent people. You know, you're never gonna know like they even have weapons. But there's like random people can get access. Like the commoners. The commoners gonna get access. Then you know how difficult it is to get a gun in Africa, man. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not like America where you're just gonna walk into a Walmart and buy a shotgun. But I think that's a good thing, right? You know, like when you got a problem with someone, you're gonna sort it out like they did in the old days. Oh man. Should see the road rage in the SA. Insane, man. They got some crazy road rage there. But you know, the good thing is no one's getting shot. Worst case scenario, you get punched in the face. That's it. Yeah, this thing's getting ready. It's getting ready for a breakout soon. It's gonna break either above 48, 41, go up, or break below. But you see the buyers are trying to take control over here, but overall, they got these sellers. Let's do 1, 2, 3. Overall, they got these sellers to worry about. So I wouldn't be feeling too confident about a buy here. Could be like a fakie at this point. Witnessing a road rage in SA is a bucket list item for sure. It's more taxi crazy. Beautiful country though, beautiful. Like if anyone here has never been to SA, you gotta go visit that country, man. It's like people who usually go there, they're gonna say like that landscape, bro. It's on a different level. The colors, man, the colors in the sky, the mountainous terrains. They're just like very diverse. You are really lucky. Just poor management. That's the only problem. Even forex trading boomed in SA before the rest of yeah, it did. South African forex traders are crazy. I don't know much about how they're doing it now, but last time I saw them, these guys love trading volatile things, the NFP. flipping accounts. I really looked up to in the beginning this one guy. I think his name was Jason Noah. Pretty nice story he has. From flipping accounts in his friend's pool house. Got his girlfriend pregnant, got kicked out the house, was living in his friend's pool house. So flipping accounts from there somehow. But yeah, I mean, guys are all just, as you mentioned, what is like influences, but it's a kind of inspiration one needs, I guess, in the beginning, you know, somebody like keep them motivated. It's part of the process, I would say. Like in the first year, you're gonna have like a lot of hot air and a lot of motivation, and then, you know, it's good to see what could be possible, and then just come back down to actually like learning now. Yeah, just be patient, guys. You don't want to rush anything definitely inside this. This is what we call no trade zone. No trade zone. But volume is kind of like thinning out here. No, not good, not good. We need to see some movement, Goldie. We need to see something. Yeah, we get paid to wait. Get paid to sit on your hands. Another day of waiting, of sitting on your hands. Do I know leadership? Nope. I already know Jason Noah and Sandile Shazi. Oh, and Ref Wayne. Yeah, I think those are like the three guys. Oh, and Lesetu Lebotu, what is his name? He used to be a taxi Uber driver. Now he's in, I think last time I saw him is in Indonesia or something. He moved to Indonesia, or maybe he's on holiday. Lesetu. Man, like one thing about me, chat, you'll be surprised amount of things that I know, chat. You're gonna be surprised. I know a lot of things. I do my due diligence. Yeah, we're gonna see like some of these, this volume here increase. Do my due diligence, man. You gotta study the game like any athlete would study the game. You have to know all the players. You know, if I was a professional athlete, man, I'll probably know the, you know, you gotta know these people. You gotta know these people. You gotta know their names, their styles, their weaknesses, their strengths. And then that kind of like creates now your edge when it comes game time. So you see, like we kind of know like our strengths here, and we know like the best thing for us to do is like to wait in a situation like this. Wait. And it's not always about also just waiting to catch the move, but it's also waiting to understand what that the market has to say. You know, if you're ever in a room and somebody's talking, man, just let them talk. Just let them talk. Listen to what they're saying, because the more they talk, the more it gives you perspective and giving you a little bit more information, right? But if you're the one who's always talking, then how are you ever gonna learn anything? Just let them talk. Especially when they're trying to lie to you, right? You know, you just let them talk. They're gonna slip up, because that's what the market's trying to do. It's literally trying to lie to you. So you gotta like keep quiet and you just gotta let it talk. Because by that, I mean, what happens usually in a situation like this is you get impatient and you start drawing your trend lines, you start drawing your analysis, then you start seeing things which are not actually there. So the market is really good at lying to you. Haven't you guys ever experienced that before? Like it's just not doing anything, and then you like kind of squeeze yourself into taking a trade when you know it's not doing much, because you've experienced a good and a bad day before. So it squeezes you into it, you end up taking the trade, it fakes you out quickly, and then all of a sudden it starts moving. It's really good at squeezing you right until that moment. But you definitely gotta have like, I think, a better chance here on the outer fringes. The thing that's a bit annoying, I think there's a sooner entry somewhere around here. Or actually no, maybe you're gonna have to keep. There's a potential sooner entry there too. Boom, boom. Yeah, there's. There is. It's kind of hidden inside the haystack here. But that's why you gotta use naked charts. Don't put too much analysis, because when you have too much analysis, it's gonna be hard for you to find the needle in the haystack. So what's the best way? I got a riddle for you guys. What's the best way to find a needle in a haystack? Let's see if anybody gets this in the chat. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. Some people are quick to Google. Oh, you got it. Burn the haystack. Yes, sir. Damn, that was quicker than I thought. You gotta burn the haystack. So how you gonna burn the haystack? You're gonna remove all that analysis, right? Look at the naked chart. Then you're gonna find the needle in the haystack. Try sometimes, like, you're gonna see the entries. Man, the entries sometimes can be they can kind of sneak up on you. Especially when you're trading like a TFX model like this. Sometimes it can sneak up on you and you can see, oh, there might have been a sooner entry. And then you get caught out in the later entry. It's happened to me, and it still happens to me from time to time. It happened to me, I think, already on Monday. Because not every setup is going to be like very clean cut. You're going to have like a lot of hay over here, you know. A magnet, stop looking for it and just jump in. But you see, gold wants to melt off. It's just the hourly's taking its sweet time. Remember, like, this whole range here is clean on the hourly. It doesn't have to move now. It can literally move in the last 5 minutes. And then you gotta see that hourly just dump, right? It can take its... If it wanted to, an hourly can open and stay like this for 50 minutes. Right? And then only decide to move towards the end. So it's also like, I would say, like, really important when you're doing your trading is to accommodate the higher time frames as well sometimes. When you notice a lot of like stagnation. I would say up until the 1 hour is fine. I wouldn't go as far as the 4 hour, because come on, man, that's a 4 hour candle. Well, only on the chart for, you know, maybe like 2 hours. Better get a new hourly open there in about 10 minutes. As far as the hourly goes, this hourly has not yet had any move. That's at 3 a.m. candle, which opened up like right here. So as we're about to close, you see, that's what it's done the whole hour. So tell me, what trade are you taking here? You know, maybe it's just going to be like in and out positions, but this is what it's done for the whole hour. So you kind of like think of this like a doji. So we have yet to actually see the move. So maybe this hourly, since it's already coming towards like the tail end of it, it's probably going to give like maybe one move. Because there's not that much time left. It's probably going to be the sell. Remember, smash that like button, guys. Support the channel. Smash the like button. Who's taking the sell? Wouldn't be a bad idea. Look at the fluctuation. Getting there in the hourly now. Even that tells you a story. Those little tick movements. What is it telling us here? Exactly sitting its butt on the 4830. The previous day value area high. See how it's sitting here? Sitting on this bench. Like Forrest Gump before he starts running. Life is like a box of chocolates. Never know what you're gonna get. But you know, like there's a pretty high probability of what you're gonna get when we start to break below 48.28 over here. It's just a very, man, this is such an important zone right now for the buyers and the sellers. Is a buys look sweet because of rejections. It's only got to consider that the overall chart is kind of leaning downwards here. So you kind of got this pressure coming in, you know. I wouldn't think too much about this here, because sometimes it's where people get analysis paralysis. They say, oh, but we've been moving up here. Yeah, but like what's currently happening now? This is how quick market dynamics can shift. That's why like being a swing trader sometimes can be like really difficult, because you think it's gonna happen and then all of a sudden maybe Trump tweets something, or we get a red folder during New York session and then that happens. So yeah, I think for the buys, I would love to see at least more buy aggression to come in. Because right now we're seeing like 2 million selling aggression, and we're overall getting like even a potential trap for buyers here, because you got point of control by 48.35. It's also part of this range. But if it starts pushing heavily, because you know, like majority of this candle, this is what I call the value area, where 70% of price action was activity was. Correct? So you can see if we start to push, there's going to be a lot of also buyers over here potentially trapped. Like 18 million versus 17 million. 17 million sellers. Buys potentially trapped, and then for us to continue moving down. So it could give like a really good, this could give like a really good push. Yeah, so this hourly here, it just did not have any movement at all yet. And there's about 5 more minutes left. So what if it does go down within this hour candle? What does that transpire in terms of PA? Or what if it doesn't go down? It means that I would say like if we start to come up, for example, like all the way back up here, I would question a lot the seller's strength for this session, because you know sometimes you also just gotta be right about the session. Because maybe this London session we think it's gonna sell, but maybe the London is just gonna be a buy. So I'll start to question whether the sellers are really in charge once we start coming up here, and then we're gonna see how the order flow looks as well, if there's anything interesting. Because as far as I'm concerned, man, like the sellers here are overall in control of the market. And we're getting some decent volume. We're getting like average, pretty average volume. The problem is we're not getting a commitment. And I don't know why that is. It could just be like the whale might not even be sitting at the desk. You know, it could sometimes it's like that. Like the big position traders are just not, there's no orders. The market makers have no orders to make, or they're just like still in a process of accumulating. You know, there could be like a lot of things. So that's why, you know, we just gotta wait. You see, the more we wait, the more we start to understand. You see like this now? Potential liquidity grab. Over here. Not the cleanest, not the easiest to see, but there was an aggressive spike here. Relative to what it's doing, where it's coming out from. And also like, yeah, obviously like where it's at, like overall. But also relative to where it came out from. There's a small accumulation distribution here on the seconds chart. You can kind of see it on the 1 minute as well. So that's like a mini payout. But it could also just be a minor liquidity grab. So you see, we're trying to burn the haystack down so we can see the needles a bit better. What do I use to see the candle buy volume and sell on the right? It's called EXO chart. Could be an AMD setup today. Burn it down, dump it. With the next hourly open as well, we should get a proper follow through. Hopefully it creates a top wick and then it starts to break the low. Because remember on the hourly, this is like pretty clean over here. So it'll be basically a re-break of the previous hourly lows. It's about to close in like 2 minutes 50 seconds. And then come down. Downtown. It's like an indicator. Yeah, it's like a indicator. I'm used to buy setups happening more during the New York time. Like if this was NY right here, I would not be surprised to see some candle just completely rally up towards these highs for a spike above. You see, like there's no orders really coming in. You see how slow it is? So I think when this new hourly opens here in the next 50 seconds, you probably should see orders flooding in. People like to flood in before the hourly opened. You'll probably see it here before the hourly open because of like the sometimes you get those really aggressive spikes. I don't know if they see much of an edge to get in now because I guess they would be getting in the middle of a range. But typically you'd see like orders flood in. For example, let's say if this candle was down here, right? If this candle was down here, you'll probably see a lot of orders flooding in because people are afraid like also about like slippages and all. but it's kind of quiet. Pretty big gaps in between. Anything big? No, nothing. Watch out for that hourly open. Might see some fireworks. You see how it's coming in now? Getting a lot more activity. Getting a lot more activity. Look at this. This could be the hourly that actually... Alright. I think we should be back. We're back. We're back. Crazy chat. That was... Wait. Let me open this. How is it possible that the move hasn't happened yet? Potential entry here in case it's a buy. Put this here. Let's get this all back. I got a potential buy entry there. Price breaks above that high. Respecting previous day value area high. I had to pay my internet bill. That's why it went off. I gotta set this up again. Where's this? All right. Yeah, it should be good. There's a potential buy here if the price breaks above that high. And the sells kind of shifted below here. The sells right here. There's a setup within this zone. I would personally prefer the sell. Seller aggression kind of stepping in here. See if that hourly gonna give us like a follow through. Check it. Yeah, sorry about the internet, guys. Should be back though. If I get my follow through. Oh man, stop me out here. It's trying to break though. It's trying to break out of this zone. Oh, why it's hesitating. This is a good thing managed over here. I think that was about less than 0.5%. See if the chat's loaded up again. Yeah, why is it still trying to shake people out? Should be good to move on this hourly here. It's already trying to break. See, it's just doing some grabs again. It's coming back into the range. Volume area low. I was AFK. Doesn't make sense. This should have been a follow through right here. But you see, it's just doing liquidity grabs. I think it's still respecting previous day value area high. You might actually see a break above here and it just skyrocket then. Like if sellers are really not coming in at this point. Because it's sitting really, really well at 48.30. Especially on the 5 minutes, you can see multiple rejections. But that's why it would be perfect for us to just reflip, come down, get through this level, respect 48.30 and just completely melt. I don't know why it's doing all of this. Because now if it starts to break above here, then it's just going to show us that sellers are not able to take over. Oh, okay. The chat's not loading on my part. I couldn't even read it. All right, I need to reconnect. Well, watch out for the buy though. Maybe a potential buy in here. Gotta get the chat open. All right, I can see it. Which software are you using for order flow? We mentioned it in the beginning of the stream already. We said we're going to be mentioning it at least once for each stream, but you know, it's extra charts. Because we get asked a lot. We're going to put a link soon. XO. You see the buy aggression has stepped in now as we're approaching the highs here. And it's like buy aggression, even a potential divergence there. We have a buy divergence. And then we have a trap. We got a seller trap here, a buy divergence, and we're seeing a bit more aggression come in. So some pretty strong confluences as well as previous day value area high. I think this thing might just shoot up. I don't know. I feel like the sellers are just not involved right now. At least until something starts to reflip. So I just gotta kind of like monitor this. But I do see the potential for buy aggression to step in. Crazy, man. The whole London session, we haven't had a move yet. Literally. Not a single move yet. Like a proper move, like a follow through. Man, my internet went down. I paid the service, came back on, and gold still hadn't even moved. New 5-minute candle is about to open here. Or like 40 seconds. I think with that new 5-minute open, it's probably gonna be a bit like strong of a push. 5 minutes also got like a little bit of SMA support there too. Market is very choppy. You know, the good thing sometimes about when the market's also like not had a move yet, you know, by the time you're getting stuck in and it's like a proper entry, that you're gonna get a push, quite a good push, because it also frustrates market participants, right? So whenever we're gonna get like the follow through, it's gonna be like a good follow through. Should be a decent one. Because I'm seeing right now the buyers are still in control. Wouldn't be looking for a sell at this moment. Especially because the sellers have had multiple chances below there. Because I gave the sell one shot already. Sell didn't play out. And I got my confirmation, so that was a bit strange. So I'm thinking if we get like a confirmation here for a buy, probably gonna be like a pretty good one. Hey, Avon, thank you for the dono over here. Appreciate it. Even. Alright, let's see. What is gold doing for the London session? What are we going to do? See, that's a divergence right here. That's a bullish divergence. Got a new 5-minute candle here open. It's been launched up by that 8 SMA. Couldn't create a bottom wick. Aoli's trying to reflip here. It's still like a doji. It's trying to push up. It just tapped into some orders as it broke above the high. Man, it's not following through. It's not following through, chat. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm done with the London, man. I'm done with the London. Let it sort itself out. I'm gonna come in during New York. Let it sort itself out, man. This is ridiculous. It doesn't want to move. London does not want to move.
We don't do that here.
Fucking useless, bro. Piece of like, it's just annoying because it's literally been how long? We've been waiting like 1 hour 40 minutes and gold still doesn't want to move out of this range. I used a heavy lot size on that as well, so that's why I managed. Instead of losing 2%, I lost about again less than 0.5% on that. Look at this. What is this, chat? What is this nonsense, bro? This is garbage. Buy aggression is still there. Wick City, huh? Man, like, what is this? You know, the sells are still valid though. It's just like, we gotta see how the order flow when we're coming down over here. Because, you know, once it breaks through that wick on the sell, it's like clean range to come down towards like 4,800. That's crazy though. Around the second half of the second hourly candle here. Price still deciding what to do. Well, at least I can go use the wait, be right back. Gonna go use the bathroom. It's like it senses you when you go to the bathroom and then it moves. 100 pips come back onto the chart. Oh my days. I don't know if it's going to do the follow through now. The buy aggression has stepped out the way. That divergence is valid still, but you know, I think as the candlestick comes down and retests that area, it's most likely going to disappear. Eventually, the market participants are going to get tired of this PA here, and they're going to start pushing it. This support is a bit closer on spot gold as well. I think the breakout might be coming a little bit sooner on spot gold. But yeah, overall, just needs, it would still need to get through that wick there by 48.26 area, and then now that would be the liquidity grab confluence, and you'll be breaking that back down below previous day value area high. I think gold is going down. Look at the 4-hour chart. We need a pullback and some liquidity. Yeah, the higher time frames looks like it's coming down. Now imagine the distribution you're going to get through this zone here with all these wicks and this range. The type of a move that you're going to get. It's going to be pretty good. It's going to be a pretty good breakout. The thing usually happens is people are going to lose too much during the range, that they need a lot more during the initial breakout. So the trick is just to keep that risk kind of managed here. So when it does end up following through, then you're going to be able to make it back. But yeah, we definitely have a lot of anticipation here, that's for sure. You think it's going to do a trickle down? Yeah, it's extremely unfriendly. It's like it's waiting for news or something, right? But it's not. We don't have any news. There's nothing except Trump speaking like later. Oh, I see. This says unknown. Press briefing. That's at 8:30. Yeah, Trump is not due to speak anytime soon here. This is President participates in a policy meeting, Oval Office. Yeah, this is most likely going to be towards like towards the end of the day. Maybe like past the New York Open, the Trump's going to be speaking, but we're going to see. It's also unknown on the roll call, the exact time. So we'll see. We'll see also like how price reacts off of this level here. You know, even at this state, even if it breaks below here, I would not be surprised, honestly, at this point to see gold do this. Like just break, maybe dish out like 60 pips like it was doing previously here, and then come back into the range. But the question is, it doesn't make sense because there's no news. Do I find Vic, do you find this order flow to be useful? Extremely useful. Extremely useful. For me personally, man, like this buy would have been so beautiful. It just made so much sense. Well, when the time came for that buy. Let's try and catch up on some of the news. World shares gain for 9th straight day on hopes of US-Iran peace talks. See, gold slips but stays above 4,800. Where is 4,800? Oh, right, 4,800. We're just above 4,800 there on spot gold. Gold price in early European trading but remain above 4,800 a troy ounce as optimism over a second round of talks between the US and Iran improves sentiment. The retreat in oil prices relieved some of the inflationary pressure that has weighed on precious metals since the conflict began more than 6 weeks ago. So is that why it's let's see, commodity, but I feel like, you know, this whole range here is too early. Like Trump is speaking much later. It's too early for us to be doing this. Gold prices ease. Let's see, as optimism of second round talks in US and Iran improves. All right, let's just see what oil is doing. Yeah, like some kind of correlation here. So oil is moving up. It really pulled up. It was shot down, but now it's like reflipping there on the daily time frame. It's kind of like a doji. Let's just say it's a doji, indecision. So can't really use that much of a strong confluence now, unless it was like super bullish. Then we'll be like, okay, perfect. You know, it'd be nice to see gold come down then. But oil is a doji. We have indecision in the markets today, it seems. There's a small buy entry here. But you see, the problem is whenever price ranges for too long, it also creates a lot more, it can create like a lot more signals. But there's that entry here. And then there's still within that area where it broke out previously, where it faked out here. There's still something there. Basically from this point right here. So we will see. Anybody make any profitable trade this session? So Ricardo caught a falling knife. It's gonna break out eventually. Eventually, we're gonna see a leg. That divergence is still holding. So like you see right here. Buy aggression, a step back in again. It's pretty strong. Divergence. Still trying to play off that previous day value area high over there. Yeah, yes on NQ. Nice. I made money pre-London only. It's tough. Like anybody trading the London, because like whenever when we get that extension, it's just gonna be one, correct? Like it's just gonna be one leg. So it's gonna be a question of like, how could you position yourself to catch it? It's just going to be one distribution out of this level. It smells like dumpy, but we saw the news here also talking about something about potential peace talks, the second round of peace talks. If we're getting peace talks, then, you know, gold theoretically should move up. Like, and also if you look at the daily, it's like you can see this overall like larger money coming in on the higher time frame. The daily is broken above resistance and it's got clean range. So, you know, just gotta be accommodating both, I guess, perspectives. Because right now it's like a lot of speculation, right? There's nothing set in stone. And I think that's why we're getting this type of a price action too. Yeah, why you wouldn't touch it? Yeah, I mean, that would be the smart thing to do. You can see the buyers are trying to kick this thing up though, currently on this hourly. This is actually worse than when the war was going on, because at least when the war was going on, we had like a definitive direction in the market. But now we're just kind of like in between. Potential war, no war, Trump taking over Hormuz. What's going to happen in the Strait of Hormuz now? So much uncertainty now. I know, yeah. You got like the train waiting here. This is a station. We're just traders are just, you know, waiting over here, waiting for the train to leave. And there are already people inside here, already kind of like got their seats, right? Because people are gonna trade differently. You got like some people already in, like this, and also the other way. And we're all just waiting to see what direction is this train gonna depart. Then you gotta see if you pick the right side, you know, because you don't want to be on a train ride for too long when you're facing, you know, as the train is going forward, but you're sitting backwards. No, not a nice way to sit on a train. So let's see who picked the right seat. That's why we like to wait for it to start moving, right? When it starts moving and we're walking around, then we can say, okay, you know, let's pick that direction. So that will be the most optimal seat. But chat, this is wild. Like literally 2 hours 47 minutes of range. Maybe, but what I can see is one more move down. Hey, if it starts coming down here, that could look appetizing for sure, because with a move down, the only thing is we got to get through that wick. And then it can like tumble. It can really fall, because I like the idea of it being leveled out, like how the wicks there have been leveled out close to each other. So like a break of that area could like really push. With the break above, you know, the thing is, it has confluence as well. What I want is a sell, but, you know, even with the break above, it has confluence. We have divergence, buy aggression, accumulation, distribution, potential. We got this easing thing in the background, potential talks, the second round of talks, US-Iran. So I'd say my bias here is kind of like 50-50 until it starts to pick a direction, either here or like maybe above here. In comparison to the overall move upside, just pure price action. Alright guys, smash that like button, support the channel, support the stream. I mean, this is worse than a bank holiday, to be honest. Even bank holidays, they don't even behave like this. Let's say NQ's moving. Yeah, at least NQ, also got NQ kind of moving over here. NQ is about to have a move too. It's setting up nicely. Might be a correction. Breaks these lows. But NQ come down. Bit of a shotgun play as well. Some rejection wicks here too. Nice rejections. Only got to get through that 8 SMA. But PA-wise, it does look quite decent. Wow, man, look at these spikes. What happened here? Like a pretty big new spike on NQ. It's on the daily time frame. Daily's been moving up here. Lots of volume. Looks clean. Yeah, this looks so much cleaner. Is NQ finally moving from the bottom of the monthly range? Or is it a weekly? Yeah, it was a weekly. So it faked out below that weekly range. And now it's trying to continue create higher highs. See that all-time highs though? Yeah, it looks like it's the all-time highs. NQ is going to be seeing ATH pretty soon. So I think in terms of like a trade idea, a buy would actually be more in line with where price is overall heading. And it's currently, it's still like a doji though on the daily, so it's still quite early, 0.13%. But I wish Goldie kind of looked a bit like NQ. At least it would give like a better idea on what to expect over here. But instead, price has decided to be range bound today. You might be seeing some buy orders coming in here soon. It's like it's 1 more minute for a new 5-minute closure. Holy. Insane, bro. Insane. I'm not even touching this yet. I'm just kind of feeling it out. Okay, but again, new 5-minute open here. It might try and do like a shotgun play. Buyer strength has increased quite significantly. You got the point of control here as well. 13 million versus 11. 1.1 million buy aggression. It's quite significant. It's feeling a bit more of a genuine progression this time. Oh, new hourly open. Oh, we got the new hourly open. In about 3 minutes. Wow, man. Decided to move here in the last... How many minutes? In the last 10 minutes, gold decided to move. After 2 hours. In the last 10 minutes of the hourly, it decided to wake up. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Now it's starting to have volume come in. Insane, bro. Insane. I don't even know what to think of this anymore. Because I forget in, I'm just getting in based off the fact that that we're getting some sort of direction. Yeah, it's not even gonna wait, bro. It's not even gonna wait for the hourly close. It's just gonna move up. Wow. Yeah, candles are really good at hiding themselves usually like this. Last 50 seconds left. Would have been nice to get like a mini shotgun here too. But let's see how much of this range is left from here to here. Oh, like 20 pips. Oh my days. You know what it said? It said, hold up, you think I'm finished? Watch what I'm doing here in the last 15 seconds. Watch what more I'll do for you. In the last 15 seconds, gold decided to pop up another 33 pips. It said, oh, wait, you think you're going to trade this little bit of range over here? Nah, not even that, man. Not even that I have to mop up for you nicely here. Now we're going to go back to ranging. Amazing. Amazing move. In 10 minutes. And in the last 15 seconds of a little bit of hope, we might have a 20 pip range. It cleaned that up too. Thank you, gold. So greedy. So greedy. Range for 2 hours and then all of this in the end. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to come back later. Gold doesn't want to pay anything here, so I'm gonna have to come back later. I'll see you guys during the New York session. Remember, take care, don't over risk, don't over trade, and smash that like button. Adios.